Hello! The recipe for today's video is fried rice. Don't click away, just during that we will make it healthier than it seems by including lots and lots of vegetables and only a little bit of fat. Let's cook! First, we're going to peel our carrots as normal. These are organic carrots. They ended up being a little grubbier than normal, but they're still good for broth. I have to cut these carrots really small. So first I'll get them manageable pieces, cut these pieces in half. These halves I'll cut into thirds, and then line them up and produce very small pieces of carrot. This recipe also uses a lot of bell pepper. To get bell pepper without any of the seeds, the white stuff in the middle, I can hold them upright and shave off these slices. I'll then cut each slice of bell pepper into little strips. These are called juliennes. I'll then cut the juliennes of pepper into little pieces. Green beans are a very rare ingredient in a fried rice that you'll find in a restaurant, but I have them on hand, so we'll chop off the ends first. I'll then cut them into small bite-sized pieces, kind of match the carrots and the bell pepper. I do, however, think these green beans are a little tough, even if I just fry them with all the other vegetables. So I'm going to microwave them a little bit. To do that, I'll cover the bowl with some plastic wrap. I'll add a little bit of water in there, throw them in the microwave for 2 minutes. Be careful when your green beans are done. Depending on the bowl, it might be very hot. Next, we're going to be cutting up half a red onion to throw in the rice. There are many ways to cut up a red onion, but this is the way I do. Use whichever way tends to work best for you. For aromatics, we are going to use a shallot in this recipe. Shallots are a cross between an onion and garlic. I like them very much. You'll note that while I'm cutting up the shallot, I use the very tip of my knife. That's because it gives me a little bit more control for this fine job. You could also use a very small knife, but my paring knife is terrible. Next, we're going to make a sauce that'll go in when we're frying the rice. First, we're going to add somewhere between 1/8 and 1/4 of a cup of soy sauce. Eyeball that. We're then going to add just a teaspoon of sesame oil. And we're going to grate in just a little bit of ginger. I'm going to use leftover white rice. My oil will be olive oil. All of our scraps from our cutting. This time we're going to go into the broth bag. If composting is your thing, you're welcome to do that instead. Now onto the stovetop. Add just a half tablespoon of your oil there. Turn your burner to medium heat. Just spread the oil out a little bit. We're then going to add our carrots before any of the other vegetables. They take longer to cook, so we'll give them a little head start. 2 or 3 minutes. We'll throw in the rest of our vegetables and give 3 or 4 minutes at this medium heat. Stir occasionally, just to prevent burning. So we'll put in our leftover rice. I am using leftover rice instead of fresh cooked rice. I find that it sticks a little less to the pan. You will need to mix up this rice from time to time, especially if you're using cast iron like I am. A non-stick pan, you might be able to do this a little bit less, but without stirring in a cast iron pan, your rice will stick very quickly. Our last step will be the adding of our sauce. There will be some hissing and puffing. Don't worry, just add the sauce and give it a stir. Make sure everything's coated. We'll then let the rice cook for another 2 or 3 minutes, and it'll be done. Here's our finished product. And that's our recipe. Some would argue that fried rice is not the healthiest thing for me to teach you to cook. Here's my counter argument. We put a lot of vegetables in that recipe, and the total amount of fat going in there is really only about a tablespoon. I can live with that, especially since what we made today is going to last me 4 portions. 1/4 tablespoon of oil isn't much of anything. Now, there are a lot of you watching that are probably wondering, oh, where are the scrambled eggs? Where are the green onions? Yeah, if you like eggs in your fried rice, scramble some eggs and throw it in before the last step. If you like green onions, chop them up, throw them in. If you really want to be healthy, use brown rice instead of white rice. I just don't have brown rice, but it's definitely the healthier choice. I do hope you enjoyed the recipe, and thank you for watching.